Represented to the max. I'm just out in space, facts, 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 facts.
Go ahead. Okay.
I ain't got time to be going back and forth with people that really ain't trying to grow. They say the whole game negative, with negativity ain't winning no more. This that turn your whole life around music. I ain't scared, I ain't backing down music. I'ma call it how it is, you getting pimped. No, you ain't a boss, that's clown music. Rappers living a facade, you ain't making no money, go get you a job. I don't love this game, I don't love these streets, I don't love these fans more than I love God. When I tell the truth, they get them nervous. These people be empty beneath the surface. Told the man upstairs, I'm at your service. I don't love this paper more than my purpose. Thought I was worthless, walking around this earth just like a clown in a circus. But I turned this life round from a loss to a win, nothing given, I earned this. This world had me drowning, I learned how to swim. Now I wake up every day knowing I'm him. With God as my guardian, I'm gonna win. And if you ain't got the sauce, you can't pretend. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, you really a star. You think you winning because you got rich off of sinning and bought you a crib and a car. You glowing up and some people be hating, but you ain't gonna stop what you came here to do. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, for that I salute.
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Represented to the max. I'm just out in space, facts.
I respect a fan who'll admit what they listening to is delicious poison. Shoot 'em, kill 'em, drug and thuggin'. Evil inside of your ears is vicious noise, and it's hypnotizing you, it's numbing you down, it's dumbing you down, then turning around and getting you hooked on it. You addicted, knowing it's wrong, but now you conflicted, cause you loving it. Give 'em another hit, cognitive dissonance, forming a covenant with the devil. Then they tell me I'm hating, but they think it's cool advancing with Satan, and they think it's cool to glorify all of till they notify you that one of your families or homies died. Now you glitching and twitching, you wanna cry, but you can't, cause now you gon' look soft, so you look lost. Why you shook, boss? At this point of the game, just another day. Or you sad, now you calling cats out to pray? Man, I need a change, it's time to grow. I respect that, I was one shoe, wanted something different, God came through.
You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, you really a star. You think you winning because you got rich off of sinning and bought you a crib and a car. You glowing up and some people be hating, but you ain't gonna stop what you came here to do. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, for that I salute. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Represented to the max. I'm just out in space, facts. Represented to the max. I'm just out in space, facts, 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 facts.
Go ahead. Okay.
I ain't got time to be going back and forth with people that really ain't trying to grow. They say the whole game negative, with negativity ain't winning no more. This that turn your whole life around music. I ain't scared, I ain't backing down music. I'ma call it how it is, you getting pimped. No, you ain't a boss, that's clown music. Rappers living a facade, you ain't making no money, go get you a job. I don't love this game, I don't love these streets, I don't love these fans more than I love God. When I tell the truth, they get them nervous. These people be empty beneath the surface. Told the man upstairs, I'm at your service. I don't love this paper more than my purpose. Thought I was worthless, walking around this earth just like a clown in a circus. But I turned this life round from a loss to a win, nothing given, I earned this. This world had me drowning, I learned how to swim. Now I wake up every day knowing I'm him. With God as my guardian, I'm gonna win. And if you ain't got the sauce, you can't pretend. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, you really a star. You think you winning because you got rich off of sinning and bought you a crib and a car. You glowing up and some people be hating, but you ain't gonna stop what you came here to do. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, for that I salute.
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Represented to the max. I'm just out in space, facts.
I respect a fan who'll admit what they listening to is delicious poison. Shoot 'em, kill 'em, drug and thuggin'. Evil inside of your ears is vicious noise, and it's hypnotizing you, it's numbing you down, it's dumbing you down, then turning around and getting you hooked on it. You addicted, knowing it's wrong, but now you conflicted, cause you loving it. Give 'em another hit, cognitive dissonance, forming a covenant with the devil. Then they tell me I'm hating, but they think it's cool advancing with Satan, and they think it's cool to glorify all of till they notify you that one of your families or homies died. Now you glitching and twitching, you wanna cry, but you can't, cause now you gon' look soft, so you look lost. Why you shook, boss? At this part of the game, just another day. Or you sad, now you calling cats out to pray?
Man, I need a change, it's time to grow.
I respect that. I was one shoe, wanted something different, God came through.
You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, you really a star. You think you winning because you got rich off of sinning and bought you a crib and a car. You glowing up and some people be hating, but you ain't gonna stop what you came here to do. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, for that I salute.
Go ahead, okay, go ahead, okay, go ahead, okay.
Represented to the max. I'm just out in space. Facts.
Let's do a sound check. Who here with me? Let me get the comments up. Why you didn't tell me? What's good with everybody? Welcome. Short show today, obviously. Hey, I want to thank everybody for being here. I almost hit that button again. Trust me. It was difficult. My timing was really tough. So I just want to thank those few and two that come in and give me a little bit of your time. How we looking? Are we okay? Are we okay with the sound? How we looking on the, how do we sound? Are we okay? David Herring is here to give me my rundown. He's cut his list back a little bit, y'all. Thank you, D. He said cup, glasses, towel, mug, hoodie, let's go. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Are we good on the sound? I'm sorry. I'm just asking because when I'm away, when I shut my system down, it tends to come back and kind of do whatever it wants to do. So thank you, family. You know, we started Wyatt Live with 4 people. I used to say this all the time. Started with 4, now we got a few more. And I want to thank those that come in, man. I'm telling you, this is my therapy. I appreciate everybody being here. Stephanie Hyde, what's good, cuz? I didn't see you here on your birthday. I thought I seen you log in, but I think somebody hijacked you. I wanted to say happy birthday to you. I wanted to say happy birthday. So I got to say happy belated birthday. I don't know if you went back and watched the show on your birthday, but we were wishing you well wishes on your birthday and all of that. We were here for you. We understand that the immediate family is a little bit more important. Hopefully they grabbed you, took you out, got you something to eat, you know, filled your belly up with your favorite. Hopefully that's what they did. And you enjoyed your day. Let me just say this to you, cuz you don't look a day, you don't look any different. Since I was a little boy, I remember your face. I remember, you know, how could I not remember you? I'm just saying, I remember you, cuz, but you don't, you know, for some odd reason, you know, we have beautiful women in our family. All right. Let me just say that. For the jealous people, I'm sorry. I got to big up my folks. We have unbelievable, beautiful people in my family. All right. And I'm sure you do too, folks. But I'm just saying, I grew up with the predominantly all women. Okay. That was our family makeup, predominantly all women. And for some odd reason, even at the age that I am now, looking back, every woman that I can remember, my Aunt Stell, Aunt Rose, my grandmother, everybody looked the same. None of them got older. It seems like I was born at an age where they were already at that gray hair stage. You know what I mean? They were there. I don't remember my grandmother ever being young. I don't remember my great aunts and my cousins, some of them that are older. I don't ever remember. I wasn't around when they were in their young heydays. I wasn't here, so I can't remember that. But the women in my family have aged so gracefully. My grandmother died years ago looking like she did the way I can remember her when we lived in law homes. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of people that understand exactly what I'm saying because they've gone through the same thing. Like, I didn't watch a process of my grandmother getting older where she went from black hair to gray hair. I never seen that transition. So she's always looked the same. And Stephanie Hyde, let me say this to you, my beautiful blood. I don't know you to look any different. You've looked this way since I've known you, since we've been family. We've been family since forever, but I'm just saying, you're one of those people that I'm describing. Like you have not gone through some type of transition or something. It's like You look the same. Still beautiful. We just had, bro, I don't know. We had some great genes. We have some great genes. I know, even on my case, let me just say me. I know I don't look 35. I mean, I know I don't look my age. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Yes, thank you. She said Aunt Marlene was gorgeous. That was my grandmother. I mean, you know, when they say black don't crack and all that, that applies. That applies on our side of the family. My grandmother, you know, the people that raised me, that were in my life the majority of my time, even my cousins. Okay, I'm waiting for that transition. I don't know, cuz if y'all listening, Angie, Monica, Marty, I don't know if y'all listening, but I'm waiting for some of y'all to go into this different transition of life. Like, when are y'all gonna start looking like Granny? You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for y'all to get there so I can start talking about you. But it's funny because on my wife's side, let me just say this, I'm just getting warmed up. On my wife's side, I have nephews, okay? And I can remember when they were born or when they were 2 or 3 years old. Some of them I got in their life when they were 2, you know, and they 40 now or whatever. And I can remember, you know, what we all look like. Not them as children. And I remember, like, my aunts and stuff having gray hair when I was their age at a younger age. I remember that. And I remember when I got in these young folks' life, I used to say this, like, y'all do know, and I'm talking to my sister-in-laws, y'all do know that we the aunts and the uncles that we're gonna see one day that are you know, older, the gray hair, you know, your aunts and uncle. But none of us were gray and, you know, what we are today. None of us was that. So we're at that point now where we look like Uncle Wyatt, Aunt Claire, all that old shit. We are that person right now that I used to look at and say, you know, we gonna be that one day. Boy, I tell you, life go by so fast. Time flies. Time absolutely flies. I mean, it seems to me that I just had children. My children pretty much out and on their own, and I'm sure some of y'all here who are older than me and have older children, y'all kids been gone. Y'all kids been gone. Well, I'm just going through that phase right now myself. I'm just going through that phase, and it's shocking. And I'm at the point probably where you've already been in your life, where you're saying time flies, time flies. Your kids make you old. Your kid, like, they really show you how older you are. No matter what your body feel like, no matter how cool or hip you think you are, your kids are on this planet to make you to check your ass. They check you. They make sure you know, Daddy, you ain't as cool as you think you are. You're not as cool. You're not as careful. You're not that. You're not that. And I'm like, man, I've been that. I'm just saying. Kids will let you know. What's good with everybody's house? I'm sorry about yesterday. Schedule was tight. There was no way that I was going to make it in here and get this thing going. I had no prep. I had nothing. I would have been an hour and a half late, if that. And there was no way I could get here yesterday and be able to say anything other than, hey, thanks for being here. See y'all tomorrow or something. That was it. I wouldn't have been able to do it. But I just want to I want to thank those that are here. Let me see who we got. Let me just make sure we got everything up. Let me make sure. Hold on. Yeah, we got YouTube up. We have Facebook up. And Twitch. Let me just make sure. Excuse me, guys. Twitch is up. And TikTok. Now, I'm fairly new to the TikTok drive, like sending the platform over to TikTok. I'm really new at that. I don't even know I know how to log on to my TikTok because it's automatic, but I don't even know what the app icon look like, to be honest with you. I don't go on TikTok. The only time I find myself on TikTok, not that it's a bad thing or anything, the only time I find myself on TikTok, excuse me, is when my children send me something. If my kids send me something, it'll come over in TikTok form. Okay. I'll hit the thing and it'll take me to the TikTok app. After the TikTok app, then it'll keep me in TikTok. And I guess that's my account, because you can't open up a TikTok like clip or anything unless you you're in TikTok. And that's the only time I generally get an opportunity to see anything on TikTok. I just don't use it. I just recently started in 2025, that is, using TikTok, like sending the platform over. I've never put a post on TikTok. I've never done any of that. However, I believe that TikTok is probably useful. I hear there's a lot of people on TikTok. I hear there's a lot of people on TikTok, and a lot of businesses are using TikTok as a marketing tool. And I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now, there's been some people talking about that it's infiltrating, the government, it's doing some things like that. I guess, I don't know. But I have a question for people like that. Don't you think all social media does that? I mean, I think Facebook is probably, people can get in and hack and do things. I think YouTube, I think all social media platforms, there's a level of hacking that's going on and information being shared and some things, that's out there that you don't want other people to know and they can get your information. I think that goes on in all social media. I think you take that shot, you take that risk when you open up an account on social media. It's just my thoughts. If you ever notice on your Facebook platform or your YouTube platform, have you ever went shopping somewhere or seen a promo on Facebook and you snap it? Like there was these clippers. I'll just use these hair clippers, trimmers. Use this as an example. I was looking to get some new trimmers, okay, facial trimmers or hair trimmers, and I clicked on a link on Facebook of these, clippers that are on sale or whatever. And right after I clicked on it, I just wanted to watch the promo. And right after I clicked on it, the funny thing is, I start getting all these different things going to my page that were pertaining to hair clippers, barbers, all these marketing things from all these different companies and all these people that were selling stuff. So that goes to the AI situation as well. You got these situations where they start marketing you based on the things that you click on, your interest, and they automatically come at you. And I just think that could be a little overwhelming sometimes, because if you click on something that's an investment property, or if you click on something that you might be interested in, like, okay, vending machines or something like that, all of a sudden you start getting all of these damn clips and all these marketing. You just get tons of stuff flooded at you of that, vending machines, hair clippers, whatever it is. So I believe that Facebook, YouTube, all of them tend to send our information somewhere. They're selling it somewhere. Our email addresses, all that stuff is being sold and distributed out for marketing purposes. I believe all of that. I think it's all a game, quite honestly. I think that's why it's tough in radio, tough in television, because the new marketing place is social media. I don't think companies are spending as much money on promo ads and ads on television. It's cheaper to do it on online with social media groups. It's a larger audience. It's easier to know what people really want because they can keep up with the data. They can keep up with what your interests are by your computer. I call computer your cell phone. I don't call them cell phones anymore. I just call them computers that you can make calls on, because they do more things than just make phone calls. They do it all. I tend to pretty much run my business off my phone, off my computer, to say so. My mobile computer. I mean, I do everything. If I lose my phone, I pretty much lose everything. And I mean contacts. Like there's numbers in my phone where I have to just tell my phone to call this individual or call this particular office. Like, for instance, I don't know the Detroit number. I don't know the Detroit. I could probably look it up, but I don't know the office number in Detroit. What I will do is I'll just hit it in my contacts. You know what I mean? I'll just hit it in the contacts. Okay. Or I'll tell, I don't want to say the name because she'll answer, but I'll tell the phone name, Siri, dial the Detroit office, something of that nature, or whatever. Call my daughter, call Randy, and it'll do it. Back in our day, what we would do fellas did this. I don't know what ladies did because I don't think ladies took phone numbers down. But back in what we used to do, we would always carry a pen and some paper in our back pocket or in our jacket pocket, in our member only jacket, whatever. We always had a little paper pen and all that, and be like, "Let me get your number. Let me get your number." And we would write it down on the paper, put it in our pocket, and hope we didn't lose it. Brag about it to our fellas. Yeah, I got this one, I got that one, blah, blah, blah. Ladies, did y'all keep pen and paper? Did y'all? I don't think so. I don't think ladies did that. I don't ever remember a girl asking me for my phone number and she took her pen out and wrote it down. I think we've exchanged numbers. I split the paper, gave her mine, and took hers, and we were good. But I don't remember ever a woman asking, or a young lady asking me for my phone number. And, her pulling out a pen and writing it on the paper. I just don't remember that. I don't remember that being a thing. So, ladies, are y'all gonna not answer my question? Had you ever asked a man for his phone number? Huh? Carolyn Smith, I seen that. Can you I'm not there. I don't know what happened. Carolyn Smith asked this question, and it's curious because what happened is this. I happened to cut on my computer. Y'all know it's my phone. So don't get it twisted. When I say my computer, I'm not trying to blow big or nothing. I really mean my phone. Okay. Carolyn, you know what I'm talking about, girl. I turned my computer on today and it said that Adrian Broner had been, it wasn't that. It's one of his buddies, one of my little nephews that's cool with him. And we're cool. We're all cool together. Right. And he put a post up that said, it's funny how people be bashing people when they, blah, blah, blah. It was him. It was nephew having AB's back. Okay. Having his back. If y'all haven't heard, which I haven't really heard the full situation, Adrian Broner was locked up, but I don't know the details. So I'd rather not comment. But I will say something. I can't comment on what he was locked up for because I don't know. If you want to put it in the screen, let me know. That's fine. I probably could look it up, but I ain't really trying to get into it like that. But here's what Carolyn said. She said, Wyatt, what's your thoughts on AB being locked up again? Do you think he'll ever make it back in the ring, or is it too late? I can comment on some of that. Some of it, I can't really comment on because I don't know if he's ever going to go back in the ring. It's how he makes his money, Carolyn. I would think that he's going to get back in there one way or the other. I mean, he's still Adrian Broner. He's still able to get in there and be a draw. Okay. And that's all that a lot of these promoters really want. You said, you know what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about him. You feel me? They don't care nothing about his situation. They don't care if he sink or swim or die. And I'm going to tell y'all something about this kid. He's still a kid to me because I've known him since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. All right? His father and I are cool. But that's not going to stop me from telling truth. Okay? It won't stop me from telling the truth. So I'm going to tell the truth. The truth is, sometimes you can become famous before you're ready for it. Okay? You can become famous before you're ready for it. And I'm just going to be honest with you. If any of you knew Adrian Broner, you would know he's a special guy. He's a good guy. And some things just go bad in people's lives because they just weren't ready for certain situations. And that's what happens to you when you're young. But I will say this about Adrian Broner. On the record, I ain't never heard him tell anybody no. I've never heard that kid tell, and I keep calling him a kid, he's a grown-ass man, okay? I see him as a kid sometime because of the situation. But the bottom line is this. I've never seen him tell anybody no. I'm the wrong guy to have a conversation about an Adrian Broner. When you look at something that looks so bad in the public, but you're dealing with him in the background or you know him as an individual, it's hard for me to have that conversation with the public because I know where his heart truly is. And I know we all have vices and we all have challenges. We have things that we deal with in life. And sometimes that takes you out of character. It takes you away from who you truly are. But like I said, and I'll stand on this, never heard him tell a kid they couldn't have an autograph. Never seen him tell a kid they couldn't take a picture with him. Never heard him tell anybody no. I'm just being honest with you. I traveled with him. I'm talking about in places where he was just loved. I'm talking about in DC, in Baltimore, all these different places. Always would do whatever for the kids, would always be there. I mean, didn't want anything, never asked for anything, but he was always giving. He always gives. And I think what happens is when your city or when people see certain clips and see certain things about you, they judge you based on what they see right there in the public. And they really don't know what you are or who you are behind all those cameras. And when the cameras aren't there, they don't know who this individual is. Carolyn, I love you to death, sweet. But here's the thing. I'm the wrong person to have a comment about this kid because, to be honest with you, I don't know the one that gets in trouble. I can tell you how it happens. I can tell you some of the vices that go on in everybody's life, but I don't know the events. I don't know the person who I don't know that person. I know the person that worked hard to get where they were, and when they got there, they gave a lot. They gave back. That's all I know. Now, is that me condoning his behavior? Absolutely not. No. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and trash him if that's what anybody's waiting for me to do. I'm not going to do that. I could say that he could have made some different choices, but we can all say that about one another. We can all say that about each other. We can all say that we should have chased our dreams. We can all say that. But I'm not going to trash that young man. I'm not going to do it because we all go through vices. And he just happens to be in the public eye. Yeah, he just happens to be in the public eye. Imagine some of the things you would hear about some of the people that you love or that you cherish or that you think is above board or you think they special. I remember somebody telling me a long time ago, if I could share this. Be careful wanting to meet your mentor, like somebody that you look up to, somebody that you see on TV all the time, your favorite actor, actress, your favorite rock star, your favorite rapper, your favorite whatever, let's just say your favorite celebrity. Be careful. Be careful wanting to meet your favorite celebrity because they just might not be the person that you think they are. Okay? So now I don't have any problems with, I know this kid. I know him. Like, I know where his heart is. I know where his heart is. I know what I know who he really is. And he's touched a lot of people. You only hear the bad shit. You never hear about the stuff he did for the kids in Washington, D.C. You never hear about the stuff he did for the kids in Baltimore. You just never hear that. But they quick to put a camera in the courtroom. They quick to put a camera and all that old shit in his face when things are going bad. But that's okay. That comes with the life of being a celebrity. But nah, I'm the wrong person, Carolyn. I probably didn't answer that the way some people, not Carolyn, but some people wanted me to answer that. Let me see. Fame said, I remember he said too many excuses. He tried to rap and box and do porn. No, Wyatt, these are poor excuses. Come on, bro. I'm not making up excuses. I'm not making up excuses. If he wanted to rap, he wanted to be a rapper. You trying to tell me there's no guys in the NBA that's not trying to rap? You do know most people that play in the NBA want to be rappers, and most rappers want to be in the NBA. And most people that make it to these celebrity statuses are so gifted and talented that they could do both things. Sometimes they just not good enough to be at the high level. But it's like you ever seen an athlete, and I know Fame has. You ever seen a pure athlete in high school? You know what I'm saying? A kid that just played all 4 or 5 sports and was great at all of them. And he ended up going to school and just going for football or baseball or basketball, but is very talented. Adolphus Washington was like that out of Taft High School. Darnell Abbott, these guys played every sport at a high level. They were really good. But, you can only choose one. There's not too many Deion Sanders and Bo Jacksons out there, that can play professional baseball and professional football. That's just not something that most individuals can do. I mean, even at that high level, the best athletes in the world can't really do that. But we had two. And I'm a Deion Sanders on the field fan. I'm a Deion Sander off the field fan because I love the way he treats his kids, you know, like putting them in the right direction, being that father in the public's eye, letting people know he ain't gonna go to y'all know what I'm talking about, Shador Sanders. He can't go to a team unless I'm cool with it. He's just doing what a real father is supposed to do. You know, he is supposed to be in the way. He is supposed to make sure that his son goes in the right direction. That's a father's job. I don't think a father's job ever ends as long as that father's alive and he has kids. That's just my opinion. Fame said, what if AB was choked out on a train? Would you cover for him? All right. I'm not taking any more ridiculous. All right. This is what I'm not doing for 25. I'm not entertaining certain things. Just not doing it. All right. So I'll just move on. But no, I'm probably the wrong person to ask that question to about AB. Hey, Carolyn, if you don't mind, yeah, David Henry saying the Dolphins Washington was a great talent. He was, man. I mean, his dad was. That's the kid. That's who I told the story about. All right. When we were kids, we all would play Killer Man and football and all that outside, right? Well, Adolphus Washington Sr. is this kid's, father. That kid was like 6'2", 6'3" in the 5th or 6th grade. You know what I mean? 5th grade, he was already a big kid and nobody ran the ball his way. He could dunk. He could do all that. He was a great athlete out of Taft. He from down the way. Good kid. So, some people are just blessed and gifted. Donald Broach is here. Baseball player. I know I mentioned him because that's one of my childhood friends. And I always look, since I was on sports a little bit, I want to ask Broach, did you play any other sports, bro? Or did you focus strictly on baseball? Because I don't ever remember you having a football jersey, ever. I never seen you play basketball either, bro, but I know you're a hell of a baseball player. I give you that. Probably one of the best out of the city of Cincinnati. But I've always wanted to ask you, maybe I should ask you off the air. I didn't mean to ask you, right here, but I just happened to see you logged in. So let me know, and if you want to DM it to me or whatever, let me know. I'll try to get to it. My DM has been acting crazy lately, but I'll get to it, bro. Anybody ever been locked out of their own? Oh, he said, nah, don't try to correct it now. He said football, basketball, and he sold racks. They told me about you. They told me about you in them racks. I just didn't believe them. I'm just playing, my friend. You know, he's my guy. Shit. If you told him to get you an ounce, he wouldn't know what you're talking about. Bros is probably one of the straightest shooters I ever known as a kid. He's the only kid I know would walk to school in the middle of winter with a baseball bat and a and a baseball glove. He had his baseball shit all the time. I mean, all 4 seasons. I mean, baseball shit. He would carry a baseball bat to school, all type of shit. Just one of my favorite guys growing up, man. If you couldn't find anybody to play bat on the bounce with, go find Broach. He got you. You know what I mean? We used to play baseball up against the wall. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Where you paint the square. You paint the square on the wall, and that was you get in the batter's box, and that was the strike zone. Yeah, we did that up in the Fay, and we used to drive people crazy in the Fay. We did it downtown as well. That was universal. That was universal. All right, let me get to the phone lines, man. Let me move to the phone lines so I can get this show on and cracking and get it on over. I'll probably be out of here by 2:30 today, guys. I know I got on late, but let me just say, it's difficult for me to get here at 1 o'clock and be here at 1 o'clock right on time. Okay. And it's very difficult for me to stay here for 2 hours. So at this point, not in the past, not maybe in the future, but right now, at the beginning of the year, this is my time that I am unbelievably busy in my job. Okay. This is when I run my audits. This is when I do the things that I do for my organization and the things that I have done that I do to put food on the table for my family. So I do thank the people that come in, even when I break up out of here early or whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I appreciate those that give me their time in the day. Let me go to the phone lines real fast and get this one on and cracking. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
folks, man.
Hey, twin, what's up, man? I'm sorry, bro. The phone line was low. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what's going on? Damn, what I do? Hello?
Too,
Hello?
and all the excuses. Yeah, you hear me?
I can hear you now. What's going on?
Nothing. Your phone, all right, man?
We good, man. What's up with you, bro? What's happening? We good. We good. We Gucci now. What's happening?
Oh, I didn't know if your phone was messing
Well,
up or something like that.
it sounded like you were breaking up. My fault. But go. What's on your mind, twin? How's your day going?
It's all right now. You know, you back in the building. You say you was coming on yesterday, but you ain't come on, man.
I said I was
But you
coming on
know,
yesterday.
I thought you said that Tuesday, but you didn't come on Wednesday.
I do remember saying that I said I'll see y'all tomorrow. I think I'll do my best. I do remember signing off like that. I do remember that, and I do apologize.
All right.
I apologize to everybody why I wasn't here. I said what.
Man, you ain't apologize. No, you gave all them light skinned people shout outs and everything today.
What?
So you ain't apologize.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, you know
Okay.
how you light skinned people are. No, I'll just play.
I know.
But yeah,
I can
hey,
take
why
it. I can take it.
growing up, why girls didn't give you their number.
Yes,
You know,
they
you had
did.
that little extra paper.
Yes, they.
Hey,
What?
take my number down. You know, you give them their numbers, rip that piece of paper off and they put in their little bra and that thing. You remember that, why? And you remember the telephone cord, why? That long old 100 feet telephone cord always stretched from the kitchen all the way to your bedroom.
Boy, you can
Remember
take
that,
that
why?
you can take that cord from the downstairs from downstairs in the kitchen all the way upstairs to the bathroom.
Hey, why? There your people used to ear hustle too. They used to put the phone on mute. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I know I heard your conversation. You said you was going over house tomorrow. Like, man, what the hell?
Well,
Man, those some fun days, man.
Twin, did y'all hear you just sneak diss me, bro? Did you just say I didn't get no girls phone number? Did I hear you say that? I just caught that.
No, I said girls didn't give guys their number.
Oh, okay.
You
I thought you
gave them
said
your
girls
number.
didn't give me your number. They
No.
give me their number. Bro, I had a
No.
boy. Listen, bro, I used to get them numbers. Now, did
Oh,
they
yeah.
did they get in effect?
Yeah.
Probably not. I mean, you
Man,
know.
those some good old days, man.
Well, I
Those some
didn't
good
have
old
much
days.
at that time. Like, I didn't have anything. Like, okay, here's the thing. There's a couple problems back in our day when I used to get girls' phone numbers. Number one, I had to ride the metro, so it was kind of hard to be from wherever I'm from and ride the metro out to Bond Hill. I made that mistake a couple times because I really used to like well put together girls, like they had classy, really nice.
Exactly.
Girls
Right.
that wore really nice clothes, kept their nails clean, and I
Right.
was into those type of girls, bro. I like really, and those girls. Not saying we didn't have any down the way, but I'm just saying those girls were out in the Bond Hill area and Golf Manor and shit like that. So I would have to catch the bus, and that wasn't good when you got out there because fellas from those areas didn't care for that, and it was hard to go out there by yourself and then have to catch the bus back home and lightweight be in the crossfire of all this bullshit out in Bond Hill or wherever you was going. I didn't have a car in my younger age. I didn't have anything like that, but I could get phone numbers, but I just couldn't get out there to them, to them little girls, and I couldn't do, what I really wanted to do. I didn't have access to them.
Yeah. That's why I want bash like, we all go through something. We all got problems and everything. Ain't nobody perfect out here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would never bash, Adrian Bronner, R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Bill Cosby, and the rest of them. Because we all got problems, man. I just said, pray for them, man. We all go through struggles, trials, and tribulations.
I agree.
We fall down, but we get up and stuff. And, like Marvin said, never would have made it without you and stuff, keeping God first. So, we always, ain't nobody perfect.
Sing that one for me, bro. I'm not familiar with that song.
It's your circle you round with or who you try to,
Mm-hmm.
compete with or whatever, or clout chasing, whatever, to let your name be recognized or something out here or stuff, But, we all got problems. So I don't too much like the bass a person. Man, he this, he that. No, I mean, no, we all got problems. Now, part two. Let's get on this. Other day, I know Prophet Rockmore, Antonio Rockmore out of Chicago. You know, you talked about it Tuesday, right?
Oh, the preacher.
Yeah, I know him
Okay.
personally. Okay, let me tell you this. Whenever God, see, he's a prophet. He's anointed in everything. He's authentic, whatever he say.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. He's been coming in. That guy that been coming. It was already on social media and the news. That guy been coming there, you know, for years.
You mean the cross dresser?
Yes, he been coming. That drag queen. He been coming there for years for clout chasing, social media, all that crazy stuff. So whenever you in charge, you the shepherd of the church or whatever, and everything, God ordained you to run this ministry. Anytime you got a devil-filled worship that come in there to whatever get attention from the crowd or whatever, God's gonna shut it down, or he gonna put you in check about it. Hold on, I gotta stop this. You coming in here, you with your blue, because one time I seen him before, Wyatt. The man came in there with some baby Skittle type light bright weed, with them braids and stuff in his hair. See, people don't know. They try to criticize and stuff. I've seen the social media and stuff. You can't judge nobody and all that. And I'm gonna talk to Alethea about it. I hope she listens. You can't judge somebody. Anytime I'm doing a
You
sermon
say you can?
and all, oh yes, you can.
Oh, okay. I just wanted
It's
to be clear.
abomination before God when you sit up there and allow stuff like this to happen in your church. How you go prosper or go forward with your congregation, your ministry, and help people to do this and all that? The church say, "Come as you are." Okay, I'm an alcoholic. I'm this and all that. I need help. The church is like a council or hospital or whatever. I came to get help. Seek God, seek my salvation, and everything else. But but when you come in there and try to attract the crowd to get attention, hey, I got to put a stop to this. For you, he said it correct. For this, in my house, I bless the Lord, whatever. And whatever you do outside, that's your business. But when you come in this church with all that and everything, I got to put a stop to this because I'm the leader of this church. I got to answer to God for this. I'm gonna help you, and you around here trying to seek attention, whatever what you trying to do, whatever. If you're not coming here getting no salvation and healing, whatever, you can take that devil-filled social media clout chasing stuff out of my church with that. We're not about that. We're about saving souls and helping people in here. So people look at it, oh, he wrong. No, he's not wrong, because he gonna be held accountable for what he doing as a preacher and a man of God. He's not against that. He'll tell you that if you ever visit his church or whatever, he's a good preacher. He's been down here twice, White. He's supposed to be coming back again this year. He's a good preacher. He's a good prophet. He's authentic about his stuff. He's so cold that the whole strip on the south side of Chicago that the mayor and him and the mayor is speaking right now. They about to bless him with a whole grant and everything, appointed to him and everything in his church. He about to build a cathedral now. His church, I mean, it's a nice size, whatever, but man, he came a long way. Why? I can tell you that, man. The man was doing so good. He had a house, 5 cars, and everything. God said, give it up. Wyatt, the man had to sleep in his church for a whole year. He said, God, what is this? I'd rather be on the street than to do this preaching thing. God said, I'm just testing your faith. And look what he stay out there in country club here, out there with, uppy people at, and blessed everybody. He had a 2022 truck.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
I gotta ask you a question. And this might sound weird coming from a guy like me, because I'm not really in. This is sad to say. I'm not a proud person to say this, but I don't really follow the Bible like that. When people give Bible quotes and stuff like that, I believe that's all interpretation. Okay, and all my people that believe and follow, the Bible closely. I'm not saying this to offend anyone, but I get a little frustrated when I hear.
What you mean you don't follow the Bible? Let me tell you something.
Wait a minute. No,
you got people on
no,
this. You
no,
got
let me
people on these in this world right now. You got people on this world right now telling some Trump your savior. Trump can't save you. Only one can save you is God, man.
Okay.
Only one can save you is God.
I think you
People
need to
look
hear.
at it like,
I
oh,
think,
he's this and that.
okay,
No,
bro,
man.
I
If you're
think you
looking
need to
towards
hear.
man to save you, you're a lost your mind.
Right, Twin. I think you need to hear what point I was trying to make.
Go ahead, player. Go ahead, player.
That
Go
might
ahead.
help you attack me a little
Go
bit.
ahead. Go ahead.
I get a little confused with people who associate things with blessings. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, cars are not blessings from God. I know a lot of evil people that got nice cars. I know a lot of evil people that got nice homes, nice clothes. I know a lot of people that do a lot of evil shit to get that type of stuff. Those are not blessings from God. So when you get it and you lose it, or you lose it and then you get it again, I don't affiliate those things with gifts from God. And I know a lot of people probably gonna disagree with me, but then there's some people here that will probably understand what I'm saying, because you can't have it both ways. You can't have people out here prospering off things and they're evil, and then say, well, God didn't give them that. And then you see somebody that's nice and gives out, gives, and a good person, and they receive these same things, and then you say those are gifts from God. I think that's a bad interpretation of what it is, because I don't think blessings are, and I know people gonna think I'm crazy for this, but I don't think blessings are things that come from God. I think you bless yourself by the things you do for other people. And that's how you end up, because look, you can have a whole lot of nice things and have bad health. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's why I get to the point of that. I don't think that God blesses us with things, bro. I think he blesses us the ability to get things. But I don't think, because look, if you think about it, don't you look at, okay, if Diddy, let's just say Diddy is guilty of the things that he's been accused of. Diddy lived in a $100 million house. Did God bless him with that? Because that seems to be an accessory to the crimes that he committed in these charges. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, I understand what you're
Okay,
saying.
well,
So
I'm not
called.
saying you're wrong. I don't want to ruffle any feathers with anyone. It's
You
just,
ever heard of trials and tribulations, right? God tests your faith, man.
okay.
God tests your faith. Say, Wyatt. God say, God tell you Wyatt blessed twin with $20,000. God, I can't do that. I only got 21,000 left and everything. I can't do that. Just do it, Wyatt. You refuse to do it, God go cut off your blessings.
What?
You know that?
Say it again.
Yeah.
I got to hear that one again because it was short. What'd you say?
If you're a preacher or you're in the ministry of God, God say bless twin with 20,000.
That's what he told the preacher.
God tests your faith.
You say that's what the preacher heard from God?
No, I'm saying if God tell Wyatt, you're a preacher, right?
If
or
I'm
whatever,
a preacher,
ministry.
if I'm a preacher, okay, I'm a preacher.
Or if you ain't gotta be one. But if you got in your spirit and soul, God say bless twin with 20,000.
Nah, God ain't never told me no shit like that. I'm just being honest with you. God put in me to be able to make proper decisions of who needs $20,000. I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean it like you're wrong.
You don't know Bible. That's why you don't
Exactly.
understand.
Let's agree.
Okay.
Let's agree to
so
that.
we gotta understand.
Right.
We gotta understand.
Let's agree to that.
But I'm gonna make you believe.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because look,
Okay. I respect
in
that.
a good way, not no bad way.
No. That's why I said I respect that.
I'm saying on this in case social media clowning me right now.
No, ain't nobody
But
clowning
it's me and you, right? You
I'm not
streets
listening.
and everything.
Why
But
you keep saying that? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man.
Because you from down the way and you know about the streets and you know about education and everything else, knowledge, school and everything.
Okay,
but I say you still from the hood and you know and everything.
Okay.
But if God tell you bless me with 20,000 and everything, you in the spirit, you know, go to church and everything, you preach or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If God tell you to bless me with 20,000 and you refuse, God will put a curse on you. Everything you try to touch or prosper, anything, God go hold accountability against you for not listening to his call. And that's what happened. With him, with Prophet, he didn't want to give it up. And he finally came in like, God, I did this. And he started losing everything. But, you know, he said, I was just testing your faith. He testified about it. He said, I was testing your faith.
So this is his testimony of why he lost what he lost. That's his interpretation. He felt like that's why he lost, not because of certain other things.
You know what? It ain't even got to be about money and all that, Wyatt.
Well, that's
whatever
what
whatever God can do,
okay.
he can rather you got to go to your kids to get his attention or whatever, to seek his faith or whatever. He's going to do regardless. If you got to go wipe your whole family out. You know, the Bible says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. That's why, as I look at it today, and people bashing Trump and Republican,
Let me clear something.
every other thing.
Hold on.
I'm about to go this
No,
politics stuff.
no, hold on. Before you get to that, because I'm gonna give you all the time you need, I just need to clear something up. Fame said, man, Wyatt grew up in Germany. He was just born in the hood. Is that the same
Come on,
Germany?
man.
Wait a minute, hold on. Is that the same Germany that I grew up in, Fame, that you and I used to see each other as little boys in the Boys and Girls Club? That was in Germany? I didn't see Germany till I was like 17 years old, 18 years old, something
Man,
like
the
that.
same washing machine and what now,
17.
man?
I was 17 years old. I was in high school. That's not
He
growing up.
washing
But go ahead. I
machine
just
and
wanted to
now
clear
he
that
need
up.
a dryer.
I just wanted to clear that up. But go ahead.
He washing machine now. He just need a dryer right now to get dry, man. Fall back on faith. And that,
Okay.
but yeah, man. But you know, as I look at it, man, why it's so crazy, man, right now. Because you know, America headed for destruction. Only thing I
I
see,
need you
man,
to
from
finish
these
the point you
planes.
were making before, bro. I ain't trying to talk about America. I want you to tell me what this preacher, why you think that he was blessed and then unblessed because of the things that he had. Because that's how people determine blessings, and I just don't.
See, if you know the Bible and everything, why can't really explain it to you?
Oh, yes, you can, because you know the Bible. I'm a very fast learner. I'm a C student, but if you can enlighten
I don't know
me,
the Bible all the way, but I know I've been through things, and
well,
then I know I go to church every Sunday, right? Apostolic church. You see, I was born in church. I got baptized, in Jesus' name, spoken tongues, and all that. But God talked to me every time, and I'm rebellious, and if I just really get down to it, now I know it's a blessing waiting for me. It was already prophesied to me years ago, and this lady told me if you just see God all the way, it's a blessing stored up on you. It's a lot of money, which I know that's waiting for me and everything, because it's been prophesied to me 3 times, but I just being rebellious and stubborn about situations. But
so you honestly can say, and I'm not trying to put you on blast or on spot, but I'm
no,
just
no,
wondering.
you can, man. We men, man.
Right,
You can talk.
So other people can understand. Like we all start out in different places, right? So basically,
Yeah.
since you had these conversations with God, and I believe you, is it fair to say that at one point in your life you were just ignoring God?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I never,
I'm just trying to help a little bit, twin,
no, I
because a lot
never
of people
ignored
will.
God. It's just I want all the way into it and everything. When I saw different
Because
things
your
and
mom was
what I
deep
was,
into religion. I
man, of
didn't heard
course
your
he was.
right, and
Of course
she
he
is the one
was.
who told you that God told
Yeah,
you to go to Cincinnati, right?
exactly. And
Okay,
then
okay. I
I was
remember,
stubborn about
bro. I remember.
because I don't know nothing. I didn't know nothing about Cincinnati. I was here when a year after y'all ride was, y'all did that little ride down in 2001,
Okay.
2000, something like that. I visited my first time, and I never came back. And then, before she passed away, I talked to her a week before she passed away, like, twin, your blessing in Cincinnati. Then she shoot me a kite in the joint in jail and
She
everything.
shot
Like,
you a kite, bro. Tell these people what that, bro. Come on, talk regular to these folks. They
a
don't
letter,
know what
man.
you're talking about. She
My
wrote
bad,
you
a
a
letter.
letter, bro.
Yeah, in a card, birthday
God, you
card.
tripping.
My bad.
This is not the
Yeah,
1
so
p.m. hood
um,
lingo show.
my
Tell
bad,
these
my
folks.
bad,
Go
my
ahead,
bad.
man. Go ahead.
So she did that, and I'm like, okay, mom. So I got out. So I did my thing, and I'm like, man, should I stay here, go to Cincinnati? Stay here, go to Cincinnati. I'm like, I gotta follow mom. Mama told me go to Cincinnati, and then I've been up here, and I've been blessed ever since.
Okay.
And I thought, it's like you never go get over. It came to my mind like, and people coming to you, when you're doing so good, the devil trying to interfere with everything, and people come in, and get this, get this, and not thirsty, but like, man, should I do it? Should I go? The money, and like, nah, this ain't me. I told God I will never do this no more. I can go to jail, so I can't complain, man. I've been blessed since I've been. Man, I like Cincinnati, even though it's slow and everything, but
But
few people out
that's to
there.
your advantage.
Huh?
It's to your advantage to move somewhere that's probably a little bit slower than Chicago,
If,
because
if you don't listen to whatever God's anointed one's telling you, you go fall. When you got a praying mama, grandmama, father, whoever who's anointed and powerful, who knows God, little that you know, and you've been around church and you know God or whatever, you gotta seek the person, that's really encouraging and try to make you do right
Okay.
in
Let me ask you a
everything.
question,
Because if
twin,
you
if I may. I'm just curious
uh,
because
no, I know you are, but if you know the Bible, you know the people and everything you've been around, and because you're always like, "Mom, go on ahead," and that. Cause twin, you keep smoking them cigarettes. I pray to God you choke. You don't kill, but you choke. Man, within an hour, man, I was choking like a mug outside. Like, Mom, why you pray that? I told you stop
hey,
smoking.
twin, let me ask you: did you grow up? And
Uh,
I'm just curious because I'm trying to get a background situation, a
Go
visual in
ahead,
my
son.
mind. Did you grow up with your mom in church and your grandmother? Because that was my situation. Did you grow up like that?
Man, what you think?
No, no, I didn't know if your grandmother was
Of
there. You see what
course.
I'm? Okay, okay. I was
Of
just
course.
curious. I was just
But my
curious.
grandma, my mom, my dad, they from down south. When they migrate, up north, when they was like 9 or 10, and my grandma, ooh, she's a junkie, devil filled. Well, not a devil filled, Holy Ghost filled woman. And she led my
Junkie?
mama to church, and
You mean
it's been
a, a, a junkie? You mean
not gospel, Jesus
oh,
free. Like
oh,
she loved God. You can't tell her nothing about the Bible.
yeah, no, I
So
get you.
yeah,
I
my
got you.
grandma, she always,
So
I hate when she came from Mississippi because she always, y'all clean up, and she brung that peach apple cobbler homemade, and that apple butter and all that, and you know
okay.
what cha cha is?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Huh?
What did you call? What did you say it? Say it again.
Cha cha.
Cha cha? No, I'm not familiar with that. What is it?
Oh my God! Why you from down south, ain't you?
No,
Been down there?
no, I'm not from down south,
It's
bro.
like
I'm a Midwest
the
kid.
Mississippi, the Mississippi jars, right?
Um,
You know
Mississippi
them old
glass
1960s,
jars,
like
like jelly jar,
exactly.
a jelly jar.
Ex-
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest, right? I'm not from. I lived in
but
Louisiana,
you,
but
I'm
I'm
saying
not.
you, well, if you was in Mississippi down south, you would know. Well,
Okay,
back then,
my
it's
bad.
like hot peppers, a lot of bunch of hot peppers and all type of stuff they put in the jar.
Mhm.
They sit it out in the sun. Down south is used to be hot back in the 80s, 90s, whatever. Real down south hot.
Okay,
They sit it in the jar and they'll absorb, and they bring once she used to bring it every summer to Chicago. That's what my daddy used to like, and they put it on hot water, cornbread, and neck bones and all that.
okay.
It's like a hot pepper and all that.
Ah,
They,
okay, okay. Something you can
yeah,
put.
they
Yeah,
call it
okay,
cha cha.
okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Um, we used to do stuff like that here in the up in the
Yeah.
Midwest, and it would be like we would put pickles. I think we had a family in our area out in the Fay. Okay, when I moved to the Fay, that's the
Hmm.
suburbs. That's the black suburbs back in the day. Y'all can hate if you want to, but the Fay apartments was the shit. That was the suburbs for
Hmm.
black folks. We had front yard,
Yeah.
backyard with grass and a can that we had to carry around our garbage can. So that was the suburbs for us. It was a great area. But that all being said, bro, we had one family that was from, and some of my family here on the Wyatt Live show will remember Beanie and them. They were from the South. So they had to get
Hmm.
permission from the landlord, from the rental company, from the fair apartment landlord or whatever they call it. And they did a garden in the backyard. We hated that shit because it took our baseball field away. You know what I'm saying? But in the backyard back there, they had this big field, and they were back there growing tomatoes, growing watermelon. They were growing everything because they were like from the South. And Beanie and them were so Southern that they was the only kids in the neighborhood in the Fay that walk around didn't have no shoes on and shit. So, but you couldn't say nothing because it was a ton of them, and you would have to fight and shit. Like if you say something to Beanie, which she was super special, she's a good kid, all of them was cool, but you didn't want to have no problems with one because you'd have to fight about 13 of them. You feel what I'm saying? So we all was cool. We found a new place to play baseball. But that all being said, they were very self-sufficient in the Fay apartments because they had a whole damn garden in the backyard. Um, yeah, Donald Broach know what I'm talking about because we played ball back there. He said ball would go in the garden. Yeah, they had
They had
watermelon,
fried green tomatoes and all that.
tomatoes, bro. They grew
Yeah.
everything back there, and
Man,
it
that
was
was the
special to
stuff back
see.
then,
It was
man.
special to see. But what they did, my point in saying that to you is, I never heard of, what did you call it, cha cha or something like that?
Cha cha.
Yeah, I never heard of cha cha, but I watched Beanie and her little brothers and her, I've seen all of them make things that I had never heard of before. And that put me on to some of the southern, some of the southern things that they had. Shit, Beanie and them had us out there picking flowers and shit that had honey in them. Any of y'all ever remember doing that, where you peel that little thing out of the ground and you lift the stem out and it had a little bitty piece of honey on it? Yeah, they had us doing shit
Hey, you
like
go
that.
fishing, Wyatt?
Bruh, I'm from the Midwest. All right,
I'm
I don't
like to do.
fish. I don't touch fish. I mean, seriously, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Fish kind of creep me out a little bit. Like, I can't touch like slimy, slimy type stuff. I
Well, do you
can't
eat
stand
fish?
snakes. I don't eat fish because I lived in New Orleans. New Orleans was a trauma. That was trauma for me, because New Orleans is a place that honeysuckle. Thank you, AK-47. I don't eat fish. I eat fish, but I eat hood fish, if that makes sense to anybody. Like, you can
What
give me
kind
some,
of fish?
I don't know, that
or
shit they put next to the bag with the French fries in it. I like that fish that they fry. It ain't no good for you. That's the fish that I like. I don't like all that shit where the
tilapia,
eyes.
whiting, or anything?
Somebody will tell me what it is. What is it? Cod, maybe? What type of fish is that shit that they put in? We used to eat it at the fish bar. I like fish bar fish. I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat legs of nothing. I don't eat none of that. Like, I eat chicken.
I was saying that because we didn't have a fishing pole, and I first visited Mississippi. My grandma, you know them bamboo sticks?
Yeah.
Man,
don't tell me you put some string on it.
Man, I said, what is this? Because, I'm from Chicago. I don't know nothing about this. It's a bamboo stick, grandson. We go fish with her. I said, how you do that? Man, she put that hook and thread, rod, whatever that thing is, and we was fishing with that. Like, man, if this ain't no country stuff here, yeah, because I didn't know about possums or none of that. And cockroaches that fly across till I moved down south, man. We ain't had that in the Midwest.
No.
And man, I ain't know nothing about that. Like, what is that? That's a possum. What's that
y'all
over
ate
there?
possum?
No. I never knew it till I moved down south. We ain't had it in Chicago. We was known for alley rats and all that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In Chicago, we weren't known for no possums and them billy goats and all that extra stuff, man.
Yeah.
I had out in another land, but those were good old days.
Do you eat shrimp?
Huh?
Do you eat shrimp and crawfish and stuff like that?
I guess when I was doing my thing, we ate shrimp so much. I mean crawfish, that it messed my stomach up. So I don't too much deal with that no more. But shrimps I still eat.
Yeah, I can tell you this. I was told and taught that seafood is good for you. Now I don't know. I've never.
No, it's not.
Okay,
no,
I've
it's
never
not.
look. I've
it
never.
would mess that dial, whatever they got up in there. It would mess your throat up, man.
Okay,
And
I've never researched it. I'll take your word on it.
No,
but I was about to say something about
don't believe that. That stuff will mess you up if you keep eating that stuff.
I heard it was healthy for you, but now let me just
let me
just say
I
this
mean,
to
it's
you.
healthy. It's
Anybody
healthy
here
for you,
ever live in the South? Is anybody else here from the South and kind of lived off fresh seafood?
Why down south? What? They got good food down south. We Midwest get that processed meat, but if you go, I'm gonna tell you why. When you ever taste, you eat Popeyes or KFC or anything.
I don't eat KFC anymore. I'm sure everybody here would agree. KFC is just not. They didn't left the K out of the FC.
I don't know what they did to that. Why that unchicken done cooking thing, whatever they did.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Colonel needs to be back. I know he rolling his grave because man,
it is not.
I don't know what they did. I don't know what. But why? If you go like KFC here or Popeyes, taste their chicken, then go down south to Kentucky or Tennessee or somewhere. It's a whole lot difference, man. And everything. I noticed that. I'm like, man, it tastes better than the Midwest. Like the biscuits and all that. You'll know the difference.
Well, yeah, but that's different. I think fast food restaurants are a little bit different when it comes down to their meats and their fishes and things of that nature. You're right. They do use a level of processing, which probably isn't good for you. But I was taught that, fish was a healthy dish. Fish and vegetables.
It is, but it'll eat you in the long run. People think that eating all that fish and all, man, that will clog your salafas or whatever your throat up, man.
Well, yeah, if you have
And
allergies, I would think that they would do that. But to a normal
yeah,
person
it
or
keep
someone that,
eating. It messed my stomach lining up, man.
well,
Eating all that
let me,
crawfish.
if you don't mind, twin, let me give you a small little 10-second, 15-second story about why I don't eat fish. And the reason why I say this is because, and I've told this story on here before, probably a year or two ago. I don't eat fish because when I lived in New Orleans, I was traumatized. I'm from the Midwest, so I don't like to touch a lot of stuff that I I don't like if I had to kill a chicken and then fry it, I'd probably starve. Maybe. I don't know. I might have to do it and buckle down. But I'm a city guy. I don't like to do a lot of things with animals and then eat them and shit like that. I'm not that type of guy. I don't, salad is all I like to kind of mix up and do, that type of stuff. I'm good with that. But when I lived in New Orleans, brother, I got messed up in New Orleans because let me tell you how they fix seafood in New Orleans. You don't put it in your refrigerator. If you live in New Orleans, you get fresh seafood
That's
every
true.
day. Okay,
Yeah,
you just go down to the
meat market.
well, no, I mean there are Vietnamese people that do this for a living down on the levees. You see what I'm saying? And they sell fresh crawfish, fresh crab, straight out of the water. They'll sell it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And here's what you do. My mama did it all, like ruined me, ruined me. She would bring fresh crabs home from the market, from the Vietnamese people, and bring them home in those coolers, and it would be fresh. It is not that expensive because it was very competitive. And she
Yeah.
would bring them home, and we would do these things called crab boils. And all the Louisiana, all of New Orleans does this, and they would take newspaper and lay it out on the table and put, the boil water and put all this seasoning, all these seasons in it, and put corn and vegetables in this boiling water. And then here comes the damn, the cooler with crabs in it, alive. And they would take these live crabs and drop them in the boiling water in the house. This is some shit you do in your house. This is an everyday occurrence for most people there. Ruined me. Absolutely ruined me. To watch something live be put in boiling hot water, stay in there for however long, and then you cut when they're finished cooking, you take that same shit and you dump it
Oh,
on
man.
you dump the water out, and then you dump all of the food out on the damn table or on the ground of newspaper, and everybody just start grabbing shit and eating it and breaking it open. That's some country shit to me. I just couldn't find myself to do that. It ruined me. I couldn't eat chicken. I couldn't eat I couldn't eat fish. I couldn't eat any of that stuff because I had this thing going through my mind of dropping them crabs in the water, and it ruined me, twin. So I'm a city slicker, bro. Like I can't watch it alive 1 minute and then eat it. It's just not.
Well,
I
my
can't do that.
daddy, he used to skin them like raccoons, deer, rabbit, and all that. I'm like, what you doing, Dad? Man, we go eat today. I'm like, oh. And it was on Thanksgiving. I'm like, I don't want that. So I, had to eat it, and I tasted, deer meat, and
Yeah, I never had deer meat.
I taste deer meat, and I taste rabbit, and it was pretty good though. It was like I thought it was gonna be nasty by you looking at him, and he's skinning in front of you. Like, no, I ain't trying to try that. But if you really try, you'll get over your
Well,
scaredness.
let me
Whatever.
just say this last one, man, and I gotta move on. Let me say this last
Okay.
one, and I promise I'll give you the last word.
No, no,
There was
you
one
good.
other situation that happened. If you live downtown,
I'm gonna keep listening. I'm gonna holler at you, wife.
okay, brother, I appreciate you engaging
Okay.
with us.
Okay.
Thanks, twin. If you live down the way, over the I don't know, over by Popular Street, downtown Cincinnati. If you live down the way, there used to be a meat, a slaughterhouse over there, and they would actually bring cows and pigs and all that stuff from the from the country down to the slaughterhouse. And sometimes there would be situations where cows escape, or a truck turns over, or something happens where these cows and pigs and shit are running down Popular or running down Lynn Street, and they would make a mess. You know what I'm saying? And that destroyed me from eating meat for a little while. Now it didn't last because I still eat steak, I still eat certain things, but there used to be a slaughterhouse downtown Cincinnati. I don't know, it still could possibly be there, I'm not sure. But I remember as a little boy over by Sam's Montessori, I remember seeing cows running down the street and shit. It was the countryest shit I've ever seen in the city of Cincinnati. And they said that these cows escaped from the slaughterhouse. And sometimes you could see, or you would be able to see these cows had these brands on them and stuff like that, and you would see the police on horses trying to catch them, and that kind of stopped me from eating. I asked my grandmother one time about these cows being loose, and she explained to me there's a slaughterhouse down there, ran, and they're getting out because they're not locking the gate or a truck fall or whatever. And that I used to say, that's what I'm eating. I didn't know that's what I was eating because it stink. They would have the hood smelling like, they had a hood smelling like the country. And I fell out with meat for a little while. I got a little older and that shit changed. But I just, I've never been a fan of being able to kill something and then eat it. To me, I would have never made it in the cowboy days or those days, or in the South. I would have never made it. When I lived in the South, outside of, I wasn't in love with the culture down there. I was in love with the weather. I was in love with Louisiana is a good spot. Really good people, but there's too many cultural differences for me. And I ain't talking about just the food. I'm talking about witchcraft. I'm talking about real shit. Like I'm going to Mardi Gras this year. Mardi Gras falls on Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday happens to fall on March the 4th this year. So I've already booked flights and hotels, and I'm going back to Mardi Gras this year because it's been a few years. I haven't been to Mardi Gras since COVID. All right. And I'm going back this year and have all intentions of enjoying myself. But some of the cultural differences, I don't miss. I went to school. What grade was I? I was in the sixth grade or sixth grade, sixth and seventh grade in New Orleans. And I don't know if y'all know this, but voodoo is a real thing. We may not believe it. I'm a believer now because I've seen people practice it. I've seen them use it as a religion. And I've seen kids, I've gone to school with people whose families rely on voodoo. They actually believe it. And when I got to New Orleans, I thought it was some bullshit. Like I really thought, oh man, stop playing. I'm from downtown where you eat now and laters and grippos. And when you see some crazy shit sometimes, you just be like, oh man, stop playing. That's all I think. Stop playing. You play too much. Everybody ain't playing out here. Somebody's culture is really about what they about. And I used to be like, oh man, they playing. Y'all tripping. Y'all just trying to fool me. We had a little girl that sat in one of my classes who had, her family practice voodoo. My New Orleans buddies, my friends told me, ain't nobody playing. Ain't nobody playing, bro. Don't, because I was on that one shit. I was, you know how people from Cincinnati, we just don't believe shit. You guys stop playing. You play too much. No, they told me, don't mess with that girl. Don't. She would bring a doll baby to school, not a doll baby, but an actual doll that they made. I guess you would call it, what they call them, voodoo dolls, to school. I thought the shit was scary. To me, once they convinced me that this is some real shit, I became scared of it. Before, I thought the little girl was tripping. But no, they believe in that. That's her protector. That was her protector. And I had to understand that culture of voodoo and things of that nature. It's real. I don't know how it is now, because that's probably one of the reasons why I don't fuck New Orleans no more. I mean, I loved it. New Orleans was probably a very strong point in my life when it came down to the hustle, because you can get money in New Orleans. And I'm not talking about illegal money. I'm talking about, I had never in my life seen 9-year-olds go hustle and make $200, $300 a day legally. Do you hear what I'm saying to you, fam? I'm talking about little brothers, little sisters would go and get and hustle $200 to $300 a day. Let me tell you how strong they hustle is. They'd go find a way to amuse people. Damn it, they'll pick up a garbage can lid and a stick and make a song, and then sit in together as a pile and be an orchestra, if you want to call it that. Real talk. If you ever been to Bourbon Street in the French Quarters, you'll see a ton of kids down there tap dancing, literally tap dancing, hustling, getting to the money, dancing, tap dancing. You know, I'm talking about all type of stuff, boogalooing, tap dancing, playing buckets. That's been a hustle for decades. And I've seen young kids like if you can't get money in New Orleans, if you can't hustle money in New Orleans, you're not a hustler. Because it's the home of the hustle for me, to be honest with you. I've never seen anybody. Let me give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And I want to give, this is a praise. This is actually a shout out to my young nephew. Any of y'all know Means? Any of y'all know Means? Means in Cincinnati, Ohio. Means is the young man that started Black Owned. I've always admired Means because he's a strong hustler. I've always admired him. I love his hustle. He and I were out on the road sometime together because he was in that industry of clothing, and I was doing my professional boxing thing in that nature. So we would not work together, but we had interest. We had few different interests that all collided as one. So I used to always watch him. We were in New York one time. We were in New Jersey. We've been places, and I've watched his hustle. And I remember a documentary. I don't know who did it, but a documentary came out on my brother, on the little nephew Means. And you know what he said? He said, well, I'd like to say this. I started my hustle in New Orleans. New Orleans taught me how to hustle. And I knew exactly what he was talking about when he said that. So shout out to my little brother Means. Shout out to the nephew. Because that dude took an idea and made it into something, signed a deal with the Cincinnati Bengals, and did some things that a lot of people in Cincinnati have tried to do and have not been successful at it. So I'd like to give that young man his flowers while he's alive and still practicing and doing what he needs to do with his business, because what he did is almost impossible, because I've seen many try and I've seen many fail. And that young man was very persistent. All right. But reason why I brought this to the table is because of this. In his documentary, or this little thing that they did about him, he said he got his hustle from New Orleans. Now, I don't think he's from New Orleans. I just think he went there. I think he lived there for a while. I think that's what he said in the documentary. He said, well, I lived in New Orleans for a little bit, man, and that's where I learned how to get my hustle on. And I'm going to tell you something. It is the University of Hustle. New Orleans is the University of Hustle. Now, y'all don't take hustle out of the wrong frame. Sometimes we attach ourselves to certain words, and it's been stigmatized. It's been brutally beat up, where you could, you use certain words and your interpretation of that word is a bad thing. And then you attach what I'm saying to something that's, you get the wrong interpretation. I'm not suggesting that he's a hustler like that, a street hustler. I'm suggesting that strength and hustle and that persistence comes from what you around. When you put yourself in the same circles, like-minded people, you tend to pick up that strength. You put yourself around people that feel like they can't do it, damn it, they're going to convince you that you can't do it. You put yourself around people that say they can do it, and they help you while they not even wanting to help you sometimes. Just watching other people strive and go hard, that's enough for some of these kids. You know what I'm saying? A kid is nothing if he has no example. That's just my opinion. I've never seen a kid just blow up. Some kid just do some amazing shit and didn't have some positivity, didn't have someone to look up to, didn't have somebody in their ear. But you know what? I've seen a lot of kids get in trouble with unmotivated people around them. I'm a firm believer, and I've said this on this platform many and plenty of times. We don't have a kid problem out here. We don't have a child problem out here. We have an adult problem. We have a parent problem. Our kids are not born ignorant. Our kids are not, they born ignorant. Yes, if you use the real terminology, I went to the hood on the ignorant term. I apologize. They are born ignorant because it's up to us to teach them the right way. But a lot of our children, if they had the first resource has to come from the home. Once they work in that, that's what it is. Once they pick up on how home gonna be, That's generally what go out here to the world. If home raggedy, chances are they gonna be doing some raggedy shit out here. All right, that's just what it is, man. So I get a little tired of hearing how bad these kids are. I don't really like hearing that, but I understand the argument. But the argument should be, the focus should be more on why our parents raising kids the way they raise them, and exceptions to the rule. There's gonna be some parents that did everything in the world for their kid, and their kid ended up veering off and doing some wrong shit. This might not be for them. But some of us get it twisted on what's the right things. I gave my son everything. I gave my son everything. I bought him all the Jordans. I bought him all the sweatsuits. Yeah, you bought him everything so he can, if he's attracted to the street life or attracted to fast life, you got him out there looking like that. So now he's fitting in circles. You don't have him right here. You got him in all those things that I was telling Twin about. Them blessings. Those are not, you got to make people, look, a blessing does not come in things. I'm sorry, y'all. If you go buy a brand new car today, that was not a blessing from God. The blessing from God was the ability to get that on whatever he blessed you, your ability. All right, I got that hustle in me. God blessed me with the hustle. Now let me apply what God has given me. I'm not a preacher. Y'all know that. I'm probably way out of my element. I'm just giving you my interpretation of what blessings are. God don't bless you with no car. If you have an accident in it and you done did everything in the world good and you great and this, and you have an accident in it and somebody dies, was God responsible for that because he gave you that blessing? Absolutely not. You would change your whole makeup. You'd come up with you would have a whole nother explanation of how that shit happened. God ain't had nothing to do with that, but that's the car God gave you. Now, somebody correct me on that. I'm sorry. That's just my interpretation. Stop coming up on shit. I know some badass dudes, dope dealers and all that old shit, that all had cars. You know what I'm saying? They all had cars. They had things, stuff. I guess that was from God too, because he sold dope in the community, saved up enough money to go get a drop top Camaro. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate you letting me sell them three pounds yesterday. That put me on, God. I guess God hooked him up with the plug too, huh? Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop. I asked Twin something about his grandmother for a reason, because I seen something that was a little disturbing. I'm going to end it on this right here. I seen something. If I can pull this video up, guys, I don't like showing this, but I'm going to show it. Okay? E-Man. Well, maybe because you prayed for it. God, E-Man said, I called him God. E-Man, Emmanuel Livingston, the God, says, I'm not trying to be contrary, but God blessed me with a car once. Maybe you prayed for it. Maybe you prayed. Maybe he matched your actions. Maybe that's where you got it. I'm not trying to be that one kind of dude, right? I just want to show you. I asked Twin about his grandmother being in his life, because my grandmother was in my life, and my mother. I seen something unbelievably disturbing today. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's a video. I just burned it right before I came on. And I don't know if this is local, out of Cincinnati, or where it's from. But the heading on this post that this young lady put out is, kids are not the same. And when I wasn't going to show this, but then Twin did bring his, hold on, let me just pull it. Let me see if I can get it first. There it is. All right, now I can keep talking. I can focus on what I want to say. Twin said something about his grandmother and, his mom. And then I said, my grandmother put me in the church too, and blah, blah, blah. I was young. My mom was there, blang, 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 blang. And it made me say, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I got to show this video. Because right before I came on the air today, someone had put this post of what I'm going to show you, this video. And it says, kids are not the same today. Now, Y'all ain't gonna understand. Well, some will. Some ain't gonna understand why I say it ain't kids' problem. We don't have a kid problem. I don't care what a kid do. It's not a kid's problem. It's how they're raised. It's what the kids see. All right, and what they mimic, and what they, what adults do around them, what they uncles doing, what they daddy doing, what they mama doing. They only do what they see. And I don't know if any of y'all seen that, but have y'all seen the video? And if enough of y'all seen it, I won't play it because I'm not proud of it. I don't want to show. I just want to show you how kids are ruined by bad parents, bad people in the house. If you've seen this video of this little 4-year-old or 5-year-old beating his grandmother up, please tell me you've seen it so I won't have to play it. Just tell me now, Wyatt, don't play that. Because I want to show you. And then there's 2 kids in this video. There's the one kid that's being violent to the grandmother. And then there's another kid that's younger than the kid who's sitting back here pretty much shocked and tired and just, what chance do you think these children have in life where they're beating up grandmothers in the house? What chance do you think they have? If they'll beat their grandmother up, chances are they'll beat a school teacher up. They'll beat somebody's ass on the bus. They'll end up being disrespectful to people out here in the real world. And when I seen this video, all I could think of is my grandmother. Like, did this mother or whoever had these kids in custody, did they just drop? Y'all remember, we live in the era, we still in those eras where kids had these babies and then they drop them off with grandma. And then grandma raised them. A few of my friends was like that. A few of my friends was raised by their grandmama. And their mother would come down and see them every sometimes. Some of them had that lived in units of their own. You live with your grandmama, but your mama live over there. In the same court. Some of that shit ain't never ended, y'all. And what I'm going to ask y'all is this. We quick to want to try to do something for the kid, change the kid, do this, bear them with gifts. I'm talking about bad kids, if you want to call them that. Talking about we need to change this, get our kids together, blah, 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 blah. And then you go down and you want the city, you want the government to do all this shit for these and start these programs. You going after the wrong target. I keep telling you, those are the easy targets. We got to do stuff for our kids. Our kids need somewhere to go. Yeah, they need a home. They need a parent. That's what they need. They need a parent that really care and really want them to be in a winnable situation. That's what they need. They need that before they need a boys and girls club, before they need a book club, before they need anything. They need a home that they sleep in every day that has a safe space. I'm going to show you this video, and I want you to answer me. The same people that always want to go yell and we need these city programs for the kids. Go knock on these parents' doors. Y'all didn't heard me say this a million times. Go knock on these parents' doors and let me see you knock on that hard target door. Go ask Miss Lavinia why these kids, why her kids out here, they 10 years old and it's 11:30 at night. Go ask them, go knock on that door before you sit back and think AFTAB and them supposed to be doing something for these kids. Because they got other shit to do. They need to be fixing potholes and shit and getting the black community different economically. But if you don't have a neighborhood worth living in, you don't have a business wanting to be there. You working this whole equation backwards. So I want to see some of them go knock on the parents' doors instead of knocking on the doors of City Hall, asking for all these programs and shit. I'm not saying the programs aren't necessary, but you got to have kids that want to be there. You got to have respectable kids that will get something out of it and not just there for the gifts, but there for the lessons. I'm going to show this, man, and this is not a good situation. It's very short, thank goodness. But all I want you to do is see what these children are going through. So every time y'all say we got bad kids, I want you to think of Wyatt Live, and I want you to think about these kids right here, because these kids aren't bad. It's just, you know, there's some domestic violence, there's some other shit going on in this house for these kids, for this particular kid to feel like he can do this to his grandmother.
Leave my stuff alone.
Check it out.
Leave my stuff alone. The fuck off me. Get my stuff. Get my shit. Off me. Fucking touch me. Get off me. You ain't gonna leave my stuff alone. The fuck off me. Get my stuff. Get my shit. Off me. Fucking touch me. Get off me. You ain't gonna.
The grandmother says, get off me. Give me my shit. Y'all think it's these kids' fault? You really think it's a child's fault that they act like that towards a grandmother or a mother or something? You really think that kid was born that way? You don't think that kid got triggered, or you don't think that these kids are seeing this shit and just doing what they see? Now I know why they don't go knock on the door. Because that same grandmama probably cussed the shit. Didn't I tell y'all this? I mean, we didn't have this conversation before. We've had this conversation several times. Now, let me ask you something. What program gonna do something for that child? That child don't respect home. You take that kid to the LeBron Boys and Girls Club where we grew up. That kid is gonna have the same issues in that home that they have it. They're gonna take that shit to the Boys and Girls Club. And then we got school teachers out here catching cases because they tend to put hands on some of these kids or do certain things to these kids, and then we blame the school system. We blame the teachers. You understand? Here's the crazy thing. Let me see if I want to see if I can pull this up. I just want to show you one thing. Let's not pay attention. Do me a favor. Take your eyes off of the young lady, the young girl. Take your eyes off of the grandmother and watch the other child. Let me see something. Watch the child in the background. Hey, E, I don't know if Emmanuel Livingston is here, and I probably shouldn't do this, but she looks about the same age as Emmanuel's granddaughter. And that little girl's precious. I met her one time. She's unbelievably precious. It's the cutest little girl. But that little girl right there looks like the same age as like E. What do you think that little girl is going through in the background? Look at her. There's a whole lot of problems going on here. That little girl is not running from the situation. She's watching the situation as if it's normal. I'm done with it. Go knock on that door. Somebody be honest and tell me what they think the reaction would be if you go knock on this grandmother's door. And I'm not saying, look, I've been there. I didn't see mamas and shit fight in the yard. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you from down the way, you didn't seen Miss Lavinia and Phyllis and all them. You didn't seen that shit. They fight because somebody didn't say some shit about their kid or something. Or they didn't say, somebody did something disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I didn't seen some real shit. Donna, you know what I'm talking about. You've been there. You was right there with it. And you can't fix that child unless you fix that child's home. I know it's a hustle for a lot of people. I know it's a grift. I know it's a hustle. I'm sorry, I got to say what I got to say. But if you're not willing to fix the parents in these kids' home, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So all this going down, wanting all these programs and saying the city this, the city that, city, all this old shit, okay, it may be needed. But why do we have so many children that need those type of services? Oh, I know. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan has said it, and a lot of people don't really like it. They don't like it. You know how many kids got kicked out of the Boys and Girls Club when we was growing up? A lot. It didn't work for everybody, because the Boys and Girls Club is only going to work for those that can receive the good shit that comes out of it. There's some people there that bring home to the Boys and Girls Club and made it tough for us. They would get kicked out for a week or two, come back, ain't learned nothing. They go right back to where that environment right there. So let's knock on them doors. Let's find out, hey, Miss Louise, do you know that your daughter out here? Do you know your son up there? Do you know Ricky up there? Do you know these things are going on? That might be a hard knock. That might be a hard approach. For me, if Mama Birch and them came knocking on the door, I was right behind her, and Mama Birch would have me by my ear or by my neck or some old shit, dragging me to my mama. We don't have that right now. We got too many people want to be the activists and shit. Okay, I ain't got no problem with that. But let's keep it 100. Let's go to the source of the problem. City Hall is not their problem. Sorry. Sorry. I gotta show this video. It's a little long, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay. The first one isn't. It's only about a minute long. I want to show it. I've showed it before. Okay. What time is it? Okay. I got about 5 minutes before I'm out of here. And you got a brother that lives in Baltimore who's looking at these people in Baltimore like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Why is it that when I go other places to express what needs to happen in our schools, I get the runaround? I get the runaround. Now, this is what I think, and this is just my interpretation. This is what I would love to see more pastors do, is to go out there and touch them doors. And then when they're trying to say certain things that are a little bit different, they get pushback. Let me see if I can get this video. Bear with me. Here it is. All right, check this out. I've shown this video on here once before, but the reason why I'm showing this video here is because I'm going to end the show on a video that's probably 2 minutes long. Okay, this one is only maybe a minute, and it's a brother who's going in wanting to talk to the school, and he wants to talk to the school board, and Baltimore school board won't give him a chance to be heard. And I want to know if y'all agree with this. And it's only like a minute long, like I said. And then I'm going to end the show on a video that's probably about 3 minutes long. And it's talking about a special school in New York that brothers and sisters, brown people, are going to and graduating at high marks and going off to college. And I want you to understand that there are people that don't want you to do that. I want to know why people think that certain schools shouldn't exist, because it would add competition to a failing school district. You don't think that a failing school district needs competition? You okay with it failing? Sometimes we need to see success stories in order to see that things are possible, and this is how it became possible by this motto right here, this blueprint right here. So let me show you this one. This is a pastor that's arguing about something, and y'all just listen to him, because I can't say it all the time. I'm tired of talking about it. Watch this.
Go to white school boards in the suburbs, and the white people who know that I'm coming, because I may advertise it, they let me speak. We appreciate that. But the black people in my own community that look like me, y'all have a black governor, a black mayor, predominantly black school board, black officers, and the guy who has a differing viewpoint can't speak in your school board meeting? You are defrauding me of my freedom of speech.
No, we're not. You're talking, right?
No, I'm not able to be heard on record. And that's the problem. This is the issue with why we have failing schools in Baltimore. Because no one wants to change. It's protecting the status quo. Let's protect the CEO of Baltimore Public Schools, who makes $479,000 a year. The kids can't read. But she makes $500,000 a year. This is not right. No, take me out. It is necessary. I can't go. I've come too far to go too easily.
That's your choice.
If you want to arrest me, you can, brother. If you arrest my speech, arrest my hands. I'm not carrying anything but a microphone and a Bible in my book bag. That's all I got. And y'all silence the...
I think the brother has a point. Why won't they allow him to speak on the record about what's going on and how money is being spent in Baltimore City schools? Why is it okay for them to keep our kids in conditions where only 40% of them are reading at a proficiency level? They're okay with the 60% failing. They're okay with that. They're absolutely okay with that. And I just need some answers. Why is that a thing? Why are they okay with that? I'm leaving on this note right here. This is a video I want you all to check out. This is about a school in New York that they have to do a lottery for this school. It's predominantly black and brown, with black folks and I guess Latinos. And these kids are thriving. And there's a lottery, and there's a group of people that don't want these schools to exist. They don't want them to exist because they say that these schools compete with public schools and they'll put public schools out of business. Imagine someone saying to you, I don't want you to have better medicine in your community because it'll put the cheaper medicine out of business. So if I bring a better medicine in your community or to serve you with, shouldn't I have an option? What if I can afford? What if I can afford the better medicine? You don't even want to offer it to me. Get sick on the same common medicine. That's what you want me to do. You don't want me to have the option of having something because you might lose what to keep everything at its status quo. That makes sense to me. Don't you think that would make things a little bit, if you add competition to anything, they're either going to get on a certain level or they're going to go away. And I believe that education is the key of getting out of poverty. And I didn't make that up. That was Dr. Odell Owens that used to say that. And he's so right. Watch this story.
This is our largest crew to date.
So many kids from one charter school take advanced placement exams. They had to rent space at a convention center. Kids who attend rich suburban schools sometimes pay $500 an hour for tutoring for tests. But these kids can't afford that. They're mostly from low-income families. They attend a city charter chain, yet they succeed.
Outperforming their peers by a landslide.
On math tests, Success Academy kids outperform every school in New York State. Other charters are in blue on this graph, government-run schools in gray. Success kids also outperform other kids in English.
That is redefining American public education.
LeMay DeYoung is Success Academy's chief schooling officer.
Our Black and Hispanic students outperformed their peers by double, triple % in their math.
By peers, you include the rich kids in the suburbs?
Yes.
But school is boring.
No, it's not!
When I first checked out this charter, I was amazed that these kids enjoyed school, saying subjects like reading were
rockin' awesome.
So you guys look forward to going to school in the morning?
Yes!
It's why lots of parents want to get their kids into Success Academy. I watch them line up, hoping to get their kids in.
This line goes on and on. Forever. Goes around the block. What do you do when you have thousands of people and just a few hundred slots? They hold a lottery.
The winners are happy. Sadly, there are many more losers.
That means my name gonna come next time.
Yeah, next year. Not today.
That's so sad. Today, the lottery's done electronically, so we don't get to see the thousands of kids and parents who cry in disappointment. The chain wants to offer its magic to more kids, but they aren't allowed to. New York limits the number of charter schools. Why? Because some people hate them.
Y'all are not welcome here. We will not welcome you here.
Politicians and the teachers' union have convinced many people that charter schools are evil. When progressive Democrats are in charge, they shut some charters down.
The highest performing school in the state.
Upsetting even media leftists.
And it's in Harlem, is being shut down.
Why shut down a successful school? Why not give parents more choice? Here's a union vice president.
We have a lot of choice. It's, do we need more choice?
Yes, competition's good. But the education establishment doesn't want competition.
Education advocates say charter schools are not the answer, taking away from an already shrinking budget in New York City public schools.
That's completely wrong.
It is. Spending on government schools is not shrinking, it's increasing, despite falling enrollment. Also, charters like Success get half what government-run schools get. Yet with less money, Success does better. Why does Success succeed?
Because we believe children can. And that is
What,
fundamentally...
the other schools don't believe children can?
No, there's low expectations that persist, unfortunately, and even more so after the pandemic.
At other schools, pandemic-related learning loss is the new normal, but not its Success. Every one of these kids has been accepted by a college. Here, they cheer as friends open their acceptances.
That doesn't just happen.
One reason it does is because the school day here is longer.
Kids often stay till 5 p.m. Charter teachers can be asked to work more than the union would have allowed. They told us they don't mind.
But you're going to burn out. Why aren't you ticked off?
That's not an option for us because we kind of have our eye on the prize with these kids.
Now, some Success parents do pull their kids out because of the extra hours required. Critics say that raises average test scores for kids who remain. Probably does. But so what? High expectations are a good thing for many kids. Thousands from low-income families now succeed because this charter chain innovates. At most schools, the principal sits in the principal's office, not at Success.
No, they're in the classrooms.
What are they telling you?
They're telling me things that I don't see. If I don't think of a great question in the moment, my principal's able to kind of feed that to me.
We expect not only change, but fast change.
Some teachers don't like being watched and criticized.
No, but it's purposeful, and they're getting better. And when they get better, their scholars do better, and they feel, as educators, more successful. And that's what you want.
Most high school students never even take advanced placement tests. Of those who take them in New York City, only half pass. But all Success kids take the tests, and 80% pass.
We were all pretty nervous about this test.
It was like, oh my God, wow, I'm really about to take my first AP exam.
You're a freshman. Most people don't take that until junior or senior year, if then.
I think that makes me more proud.
These kids must be miserable. They're working all the time.
Why are they miserable? They're having fun learning.
Success offers dance and other activities. It's not schoolwork all the time.
Chess, debate, theater, music, those aren't add-ons. Those are part of our day.
This student was surprised that her friend at a government-run school had few extracurriculars to put in her college application.
I was like, don't you have any leadership positions? You should just go for student council. And they didn't have one. And I was like, that's shocking. Well, you should make one. And they were like, oh, my school doesn't do that. I was like, okay, how about a club? And she was like, we still don't do that.
Success does make its teachers work harder and longer. Some quit. But so what? Other teachers like it here. And the goal is for kids to succeed. And they do.
I feel like it's unfair that not everybody gets to get this opportunity.
If SA doesn't exist, then we wouldn't all exist. And we wouldn't have all the cool opportunities that we have.
It's great that the kids here could have a choice and pick a better school. All kids should have that.
All kids, all parents. I will say this about charter schools. We know that they're not all superstars. We know that there's been some charter schools. There's currently some situations right now. There's some situations right now that some charter schools are not shining. They're not doing real well. They wouldn't last. DeAndre says, so what happens to less fortunate students? That's a school they don't have to pay. That's a school just like public school. That school, it was $34,000 a year to go to. They get $34,000 a year to go to public school. It's $17,000 a year. Why can't they get that same $34,000 or even half of it to be able to go to a school that's going to better those children and put them in a winnable situation? It's not costing the parent any money for them to go to that charter school. That's the problem. Plenty of room. Now, the downfall is there's going to be parents that don't have the same value in education, and those parents their kids will probably not be put in a situation where the parent is understanding what's going on, and they'll get lost in the sauce of the options that they have. This is where we need to work on the parent. Why are our kids suffering because of the ignorance of the parent? Explain that to me. It's the same reason why they sitting at home and the kids are going through what they're going through right now. If the parent is not enforcing education, if there's no value in it, if they don't have anything to look forward to, if they're not pushing it, then the kid is falling through the cracks anyway. Now we should have an issue with the parent. Now you can look at the parent and say, hey, your kid could go to this school, that school, or this school. What school do you want the kid to go to? But you're saying it's okay for this kid to have to go to a school where the reading proficiencies are 60% failing. That's a better option for that kid. That's a better choice. And here's the other thing. You have parents. I remember parents sitting outside in the city of Cincinnati for 50 to 100 spots, if that. I don't even think it was that high. Remember they used to sit out there at the little schools, those, I don't know, I guess they're charter type schools, and they would have to sit outside overnight for 25 to 50 spots in the school. And it was a raffle. So why turn down kids? Why should those parents have to turn around who want a better education for their kids? Why should they have to turn around and go to a school district that's given that has 60% below reading proficiency? Why should they have to be? If you got a parent that want a better education for their kids, why don't we have an option for them? Why do they have to wait in the cold or in the rain to be able to get that option? That should be the question. Appreciate the few that came in today. Thank you for your time. Peace and love to everybody, man. Just go get that answer for me. Peace and love. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Represented to the max. I'm just out here stating facts, stating facts, stating facts.
Go ahead. Okay. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with people that really ain't trying to grow. They say the whole game negative, with negativity ain't winning no more. This that turn your whole life around music. I ain't scared, I ain't backing down music. I'ma call it how it is, you getting pimped. No, you ain't a boss, that's clown music. Rappers living a facade. You ain't making no money, go get you a job. I don't love this game, I don't love these streets, I don't love these fans more than I love God. When I tell the truth, they get them nervous. These people be empty beneath the surface. Told the man upstairs, I'm at your service. I don't love this paper more than my purpose. Thought I was worthless, walking around this earth just like a clown in a circus. But I turned this life round from a loss to a win, nothing given, I earned this. This world had me drowning, I learned how to swim. Now I wake up every day knowing I'm him. With God as my guardian, I'm gonna win. And if you ain't got the sauce, you can't pretend. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, you really a star. You think you winning because you got rich off of sinning and bought you a crib and a car. You glowing up and some people be hating, but you ain't gonna stop what you came here to do. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, for that I salute. Go ahead, okay, go ahead, okay, go ahead, okay.
Represented to the max. I'm just out here stating facts.
I respect a fan who'll admit what they listening to is delicious poison. Shoot 'em, kill 'em, drug 'em, thuggin'. Evil inside of your ears is vicious noise. And it's hypnotizing you, it's numbing you down. It's dumbing you down, then turning around and getting you hooked on it. You addicted, knowing it's wrong, but now you conflicted. Cause you loving it, give 'em another hit. Cognitive dissonance, forming a covenant with the devil. Then they tell me I'm hating, but they think it's cool advancing with Satan. And they think it's cool to glorify all of till they notify you that one of your families or homies died. Now you glitching and twitching, you wanna cry, but you can't, cause now you gon' look soft, so you look lost. Why you shook, boss? At this point of the game, just another day. Or you sad, now you calling cats out to pray? Man, I need a change, it's time to grow. I respect that, I was one shoe, wanted something different, God came through. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, you really a star. You think you winning because you got rich off of sinning and bought you a crib and a car. You glowing up and some people be hating, but you ain't gonna stop what you came here to do. You from the gutter, they counted you out, but you changing your life, for that I salute. Go ahead, okay, go ahead, okay, go ahead, okay.
Represented to the max. I'm just out here stating facts.